Hi everybody, the Home Service Pro here. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to install some roof melters. This valley that I'm standing in, every winter I get a big ice dam right down here at the bottom of the roof. And so we're going to go ahead and put these ice melters on to stop that from happening this year. Let's get started. Okay guys, so this is the roof melters that we're going to use. It's 60 foot long. We're going to go ahead and start right over here on this bottom edge. We're going to come up over top of the two little valleys here for the fireplace, and then work our way down, go up the valley, down, and then right across the roof until we run out of line, which I said we got 60 foot of it. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and open up this box, see what's in here. So we have the actual roof melters themselves, and we have the clips. These clips are what holds the roof melters on the roof. So we're going to go ahead and uncoil this and get started. So this is the plug where it plugs into the wall. So we're going to go ahead and hang that off the roof just a little ways, and then we'll start running them. But I'm going to go ahead, and the easiest way of handling these is if you get these completely undone, and then we're going to string them straight out. That way they're just in a big long line to where as we pull them, we're just bringing them to us and we're not fighting this coil the whole time. So I'm just going to walk over the roof, and I'm actually going to just toss this coil over the roof and let it on spool. So I'll be right back. That didn't work as well as I thought it was going to, but that's all right. We'll get these untangled here. But this is what I'm talking about. We would have been fighting this whole rat's nest while we were putting them on the roof if we wouldn't have done this right now. So it's just a lot easier straightening them out as we go. So I'll tell you what, I'll get these untangled. I'll be right back. Okay guys, these are the clips that you use. So you can see they got these little teeth here. This slides in underneath the shingle. These teeth kind of dig into the shingle just a little bit, and then the heat coil goes through this hook and you just smash that hook down on it. So I'm going to put a few of these hooks in place, and then we'll go ahead and get the roof melters strung through them, and we'll go from there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start over here on this edge, and I'm going to go ahead and slide this in right up underneath this first shingle, just like that. And I'm going to kind of pinch it down just a little bit. So as I do that, that clip is going to lock into that shingle to keep the roof melter up here. So we're going to go ahead and leave that one there. That's where we're going to start. And that's also, I'm going to put one more off the edge there just because that's where the actual cord is going to hang down right there. So I want to beef that up just a little bit. So actually I'm going to take this one, I'm going to go ahead and pull that one off, and I'm going to put it around the side here like that. That'll be a little bit better because then our heat coil can start here, dangle right off the side. Then I'm going to come up about 2 foot up the roof. So I'm going to come up every time to this shingle here, and I'm going to go about a shingle, 1 tab wide on each stroke. So I'm going to come from here, I'm going to come up to where I'm lined up with this tab up here to this shingle, and then back down to here. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and go up my valley. So we're going to go ahead and put another clip right here. And these shingles have been up here for a long time, so they're kind of fairly stiff and melted down good. So they're going to be a little bit hard to work with. But so now our heat line is going to come up here. It's going to loop back down, and we're going to go over to there. So I'm going to get another clip and put another one down low. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in here. And again, we're going to go 1 full tab on the way up, 1 full tab on the way down. So we're going to put it right here at this tab, and I'm going to come in through the side instead of off the end because I don't necessarily want them hanging off the roof. We just want them to come out to the edge of the roof and back up. So when we come back up, we're going to be coming up this little valley here that I'm sitting in that's right here. And I want to run that heat tape right up this valley, kind of waving it back and forth, going up one side and back down just a couple of times up and around the peak, and we'll just continue on that way. So right here is the end of my heat tape. You can see this right here is where the heat starts. Okay, that's just the cord to plug it in. We're going to leave this just hang off the roof so I can plug an extension cord into it. It actually got a heat coil that goes on this that actually will tell this when to turn on and off, so it's just not running all the time. So all we're going to do is take this, we're going to slide down here again. We're gonna let that hang off the roof. And then we just take our cord, put it inside this little clip. If I can get it to go. There we go. And then we smash it down so it just holds there like that. So then we're gonna go ahead and come up here. Same thing, we got the little hook on the clip there. We're gonna bring that right up in there, smash that down, and now that's locked in. And we're gonna continue down here, do the same thing down here. So how an ice dam starts is from here out is a cold area, because up in here we're a heated or insulated attic. But what happens is the heat from the house comes up through, it melts the snow that's sitting up here, then this hangs over the outside of the house. So this is cold. So all this warm melted water comes down, hits that cold spot, and it builds up ice right here. So eventually it just keeps building up, building up. Well, before you know it, you got 12 inches of ice up here from all this water running down, and the water comes down, it hits that ice, and it just puddles right here in between that warm and the cold. Well, eventually you get enough water here, and it'll back up behind your shingles, and next thing you know, you got it coming through your ceiling inside your house. So what this does is as it heats up, it just keeps these trenches open for the water to be able to travel down through the air, down through this line here and drip off the roof, down through here, drip off the roof. This might get some ice built up here, but as long as we're getting rid of this water that's built up back here, it won't leak into your house. So that's the whole point of doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and put one more clip down there. Get switched around here a little bit. There we go. Get another clip. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put another clip on. I'm going to put it on over here because I'm going to let that hang off the roof just a little bit. This way, the ice goes, or the water will travel all the way down, drip off the roof, and I know that no ice is going to block it down here, and I'm going to come right back up the roof again. Now, as I come up this valley here, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of weave it back and forth. I'm going to come up here. And then I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to go right down through the valley, up and through the valley. And actually, instead of doing that, I actually might just go ahead and run this straight up the valley just like this. Because what that's going to do is any ice that builds up in here, it's going to give that water an area to be able to just run down and off the roof. So I'm going to go ahead and just run it straight up. I'm not going to weave it back and forth, because if I do that, I'm going to make spots where water can get trapped. So we're going to go ahead and put another clip in up here. And I think I'm going to put it in through the side right here like this. Go ahead and get that clipped in there. Pinch it down. Just like that. And we're going to go ahead and just continue up this valley and up and over the top of it. You just got to make sure you pinch that down to lock it onto that cable like that. So now we're going to go up over the top of the peak and start heading back down the other way. Sometimes you got to open those up just a little bit to get that cable to drop in there. And then pinch it down. Then I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the other side and start heading back down that side. There we go. And they come with these little clips here. We're not going to use these. These are made for hanging the heat tape in a gutter, which we don't have gutters on here anymore. After the ice storm last year ripped them down, I haven't put them back up yet. So we're going to go ahead and just come right back down this valley. All right, and again, we want to go all the way to the end of the roof so that this water that we're allowing to come down this and we're melting, it'll be able to come right on down and drip right off the roof right here off this valley. So I'm going to put a couple of clips in down low. And you can see from last year, we actually had an ice dam here, and we have a little bit of damage to the shingles there. We're planning on getting the house re-roofed here in the next couple of years. It hasn't been leaking, so we're going to hope for the best for the season. And then again, we're going to go about a tab on the way up. So I'm going to go ahead and come back up to about here. Got to grab myself some more clips. Okay, so I got some more clips. I'm going to go ahead and finish putting these on. So now I'm going to go from this tab, because that's where that's lined up. I'm going to come over to here. I'm going to go ahead and put this right here like that. After I get done with that one, I'm going to go ahead and start coming up this valley. And so I'm going to go ahead and put one more clip right here. And I'll tell you what, that's not going up underneath there too easy, so I'm going to go ahead and go underneath the side of that one. There we go, that'll work. Open this back up. Okay, so now we're going to take our heat tape, and we're going to go ahead and put it down in here. Pinch it down, let it hang over just a little bit, get it up into here. You know, I might go ahead and put another clip down there just to keep that heat tape from moving around. If I put it in right here like this, open that up, drop this in here like that, and pinch it. Now that's going to keep that hanging over the roof. So let's go ahead and swing this one back down. We're going to pinch it right there. And this here, I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's where two roofs come together here. So I want to make sure that this is hanging over that edge a little bit, just so that can go ahead and melt off and drip down onto the lower part of that roof. All right, so now we're going to start heading up this valley that I'm on. And we're going to go most of the way up the valley and back down, just to keep any ice that builds up in here, just keep all that water flowing down, and then we're going to go down to that lower roof. So we're going to go ahead and go up one side and down the other. We'll come up to here. Then we're going to go ahead and turn it around and come right back down the roof on the other side here. So we're going to come right back down this side of the valley. And it's mostly on this roof, it's mostly the two valleys that I get the ice in. Outside of that, I don't get a ton of ice on this roof. And you can see I don't have a ton of heat tape left, which is perfect because I want to just protect this corner right here, and I'll go down the roof as far as it'll allow me to go before I run out. All right, so now I'm at this goofy spot in the roof. So I want to make sure I take that right down in this valley because I want this right here to melt out really well. And then I'm going to take it and go down to this lower roof and then start just being back and forth down this lower roof until I run out of the heat tape. Let's see here, probably take him right there. I'm just trying to get this one right to as close as I can to the center of the valley to keep that ice from building up right here at this point, because this is the critical point where this is cold right here. And so I want to make sure that any ice that melts or builds up here, I have an avenue for all this water that's coming down and hitting this valley to run down to get down onto the ground. I'm going to go ahead and put another clip here just to help to hold that down right there in that corner. There we go. And then again, we're going to go like a full tab on each time we go up and down. So I'm there, so I want to be here, so I'm going to come up here. And we'll go ahead and put another one down low down here just to keep that lined up. But as you can see, these shingles have had some pretty rough times of things last winter when we had all that ice, and then we had that big ice storm last year. Kind of took a toll on the roof. And again, I'm just letting that hang over a little bit. That way that water can follow down and completely drip off the roof. Oops. Didn't get that one quite bit in there well. Then one thing to keep in mind is that there shouldn't be anything up here pulling or pushing on any of this stuff. So it doesn't have to be like super secure because it's not going anywhere because it's just water that's going to be up here. Looks like maybe one or two up V's here, and we're going to be all set. It's up here. All right, and then last but not least, get one more clip up here. And there we go, we got all the roof melters installed, so we'll go ahead and get down. We'll take a look at it from the ground and see how it looks, and we'll go ahead and get the outlet and stuff all set up for winter, and we'll be all set. This should keep the ice out of these valleys and dripping down off the roof to keep the ice dams from building up right here. Okay guys, there you go. We got all the roof clips put on. We got the melting tape all installed. We should be good to go for winter. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow. Have a great day, and remember, you got this. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks.